You are a police officer responding to a disturbance call. Before you cuff and stuff, you ask him a few questions.
Sir, are you okay, sir?
Calmly, non-threateningly.
My name is Officer Boyle. This is my partner, Officer Dow.
What you observe, hear, and conclude can affect whether the man ends up in the psychiatric ward of the county jail or at the crisis center of the local hospital. This was the message that NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, wanted every cop on the street to hear, feel, and understand. They all agreed that an effective campaign could help reduce the number of tragic encounters between the police and persons with mental illness. Right from the beginning, we tried to ensure that cops watching this video should not react defensively. We insisted on calling it an awareness campaign, as opposed to a training film.
Hello, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I don't want to hear the bad thing. Can you step around?
My partner and I walked into the middle of a raging argument between the manager and an agitated customer.
All right, officer, this guy walks in, looks at half a dozen phones. All of a sudden, he breaks a brand new phone and then says some bullshit about him hearing some voices through the phone. I mean, you can see the mess.
Sir, I understand. Please, step over here and speak to my partner.
Sir, I'm Officer McCann. Because I'm not going to hurt anybody.
Excuse me, sir. I understand you're trying to buy a cell phone. You're having some problems?
The hardest part of this project was coming up with viable and realistic scenarios, finding actors who could represent mental illnesses effectively, and cops who could sound like cops. We found a group of New York City actors who worked closely with an NYPD officer, James Shanahan. Jimmy is considered an expert in verbal and non-verbal techniques used in de-escalating crisis situations like suicide threats, hostage situations, etc.
Yes, I know what I need to do.
What are they telling you?
He kept talking about hearing voices. I had to base my actions on the symptoms that I could observe.
Can you look at
I maintained a center line so he could register my presence.
I need you to focus on me.
We worked with the triangular consulting team consisting of NAMI advocates, prosecutor's office, and several police chiefs in New Jersey. Having champions in each of these stakeholders was really important. Sometimes rank-and-file officers wouldn't bother to be cooperative unless a heavy was involved. In this regard, we worked closely with NAMI trainers and the prosecutor's team. They had a range of appropriate verbal and non-verbal measures that had been proven to be effective in these situations.
1146 to Central be transferred. There's a female that we deal with often that lives in the high-rise, and she suffers from schizophrenia. And when you go to her house, she's always saying, they put bugs in my house, they did this, they did that. I go in there, listen, nobody's here, and stop calling 911, and, you know, because it was a waste of my time, because you're pulling me away from something that could be serious. What if somebody really, really needs me? But she really did need me. But, you know, before the program, I didn't realize that.
The most rewarding aspect of working on this project was that we all had a sense of urgency, that this video, once completed, could actually help save lives. I remember getting an email from our consulting police chief just the day before the shoot about how one of his trained officers had managed to disarm a psychotic person in an apartment complex through several hours of tense conversation. Our hard days were worth the effort, we told ourselves.